Hi boys and girls, welcome back to LearnPal. So today we're going to make a rocket ship, okay? By writing our name, by cutting, and then also by coloring. So make sure you have these tools in front of you, okay? You should have two papers. One that looks like this, and the other that looks like this. Okay, so if you've got these two in front of you, you've got the first two material that you need, and then you're also going to need a marker or a pencil to write your name. We're gonna need some scissors. And then I have these cute little crayons I'm gonna show you that I really love to use. So make sure you have crayons or something to color with. And then also some glue. I like to use wet glue because it has like a strengthening component for our hands to make them stronger. But if you have a glue stick, that's okay too. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to start with this paper. So make sure you keep this one in front of you. And we can put the other one on the side for now because we don't need that right now. So here I have this. Now, inside these boxes right over here, you need to write the letters of your name inside each box. So if I'm Mrs. Laura, I'm gonna write Laura inside these little squares. So my letter L is gonna go in this first one. A, U, R, A. You see, so I'm gonna write my name inside those boxes. Now boys and girls, let's review really quick. I wanna know, do you know how to hold a pencil or a marker the right way? Can you show me? Let's see. So I've got over here on my marker, what I like to use for the marker is, do you see how there's a little stripe right on here? I like to use this as a little visual for me to kind of know where do I need to put my fingers on the pencil or marker. Sometimes these little stripes over here will help. So I'm going to use my crocodile fingers, okay, to pinch my marker, but leave a space, okay? Don't let your fingers do this. You see how it's right on top? Don't let them touch. We're gonna leave a little space just like that. And then I'm gonna wake up this third finger, boop. Good morning to that third finger, but it's not gonna stay there. We're gonna move it under my crocodile fingers, just like that. So now I'm holding it the right way, okay? And I'm ready to start writing my name. So make sure that you have your pencil or marker and you're holding it the correct way, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna start at the very top of my little square and I'm going to write the first letter of my name. But don't forget, boys and girls, always start your letters at the top. Always start at the top, okay? So my letter L starts at the top of the box. I go down and then vroom across. So I've got my letter L inside the first box, okay? I'm gonna keep going and do my next one, okay? So now I'm gonna do a letter A, and then a U. So make sure you're writing your name. And boys and girls, really try your best to try to stay inside the box when you write your letters, okay? Really try your best. R, and A. So my name only has 5 letters, but if your name has a lot more letters, that's okay because Miss Laura gave you guys some extra boxes right over here. So you guys can really fill in all the boxes that you need to write your name. But I only need 5 little boxes. So this little rectangle shape here is gonna be just enough for my name, okay? So if you're done writing your name, we're gonna start cutting out this little box right here, okay? So here I'm gonna close my marker and then I'm gonna get my scissors ready. Now boys and girls, when you're cutting with scissors, we really want to make sure that we put our thumb in the small hole, okay? Not in the big one, okay? Our thumb goes in the small hole, just like this. And then these 2 fingers go in the bottom, right over here, okay? Some of my friends like to cut with this finger right here in the front, and that's okay too. But if you have a hard time keeping that finger out there, it's okay to keep it inside as well, okay? But as long as you have 3 fingers for cutting, okay? Because the last 2 fingers, they go to sleep, okay? We don't need them for cutting. I don't want to see this. Please try not to put all of your fingers inside. Oh my goodness. Try not to do that, okay? Try to use only 1, 2, 3 fingers, okay? And then we can open and close, all right? Now, boys and girls, we're gonna start cutting out our name, okay? The letters of our name, but please, I don't wanna see this. Do not cut with your elbow up, like this. You see how my elbow's up as I try to cut? Oh my goodness, this is so hard for me. Please, let's try to cut with our elbow down next to our body, just like this, okay? Right next to our body. And then my thumb is on top of the scissors, so I'm in the right position to cut. And my helper hand also has to have a thumb on top, you see? I've got my thumb on top over here and my thumb on top over here. And now I can start cutting on the line. So I'm gonna keep going. Now my helper hand has to be a travel buddy. Don't leave it all by itself in the back over here, okay? We can try to move it so it's right across wherever I wanna cut, okay? It's gonna make it much easier for you if you cut with your travel buddy following you, okay? That's your helper hand. So I'm gonna keep going. Okay, and now I'm gonna turn the paper so I can get a better angle on cutting. And again, my thumb is on top. You see my thumb is on top here, and my thumb is on top with the scissors. I'm gonna turn. My elbow is staying down next to my body, okay? Boys and girls, if you're having a hard time keeping your elbow down next to your body, why don't you take your pencil or your marker? Let me teach you a little trick. Take it and let's put it right under that arm that you're cutting with, just like this, okay? So now I have to use this arm to really hold it nice and tight so the marker doesn't fall down, okay? So I want you to try it like that, okay? I'm gonna keep cutting with my thumb on top. I'm gonna turn the paper. Okay, so I cut out the little rectangle for my name. If you're still working on yours, that's okay, go ahead and finish, okay? But if you are all done, we're going to put this little paper to the side for right now. And now we gotta cut out each little square that has our letters inside. You see how there's a line right over here? We're gonna cut out each little line, okay, for the letters of our name. So again, I'm going to keep my thumb on top, elbow next to my body, and I'm gonna cut all the little boxes that I need for my name. Okay, almost there. All right. Okay, so I'm all done cutting out the letters of my name, you see? So make sure that you finish yours. And don't worry if it takes you a little bit longer because your name is longer than 5 letters, that's okay. You can pause the video and then when you're ready, you can press play again to join me in the next step, okay? So if you are all done though, we're gonna keep going, okay? So I've got my little cutouts over here, and now we also have to cut out these shapes over here. We've got a circle and then the triangle, okay? So we're gonna cut these out as well. So I'm gonna first start with the circle, but to make it easier for us to cut, let's kind of make a little square. Let's cut a little square around it because it's gonna be kind of hard to move the paper around. So let me show you how to do that. First, we're gonna start again with our thumb on top, elbows down, and I'm just gonna start cutting just around the circle, just to make it easier for me to cut. Okay? So now I have a little square paper right here that has my circle with the fire inside, okay? So now I can practice cutting out the circle because it's gonna be smaller and it's easier for me. So I'm going to take my scissors again, start cutting towards that line, and try your very best to cut on the line while your helper hand is moving. You see how my helper hand is moving as I'm cutting? They're working together. They're like travel buddies. My thumb is staying on top. My elbow is next to my body. And then I can cut really nicely when I do it the right way, okay? So there's my first little circle. And now I'm gonna cut out the triangle. So I'm gonna, again, let's try to cut a little square around the triangle just to make it easier for us to cut it out. Okay, here's my little triangle. And now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to again cut on the line of the triangle. I'm going to turn the paper with my helper hand until we can get a really nice triangle cut out, okay? Make sure your thumb is on top. Don't forget, thumb on top, not 4 fingers like this, okay? Make sure your thumb is on top. Okay, we got it. So now that we've cut out all that we need to cut, so you should have the letters of your name inside these squares, a little circle, and then a triangle, okay? So I'm gonna move this paper to the side because we're all done with this paper. All right, I'm gonna move the other scraps of paper to the side. And now we're ready for the part of gluing, okay? So on your little space scene over here, we're gonna glue our rocket ship together, okay? So let me show you how to do that. So first, we're going to take the first letter of your name, okay? So mine's the letter L because that's the first letter of my name, okay? And I'm gonna just start positioning it, okay? Take the next letter of your name. Let's put them in order. Just like this, we're gonna keep going. Let's put them in order first before we start gluing. So we can kind of plan out what it's gonna look like. Okay? Now the triangle goes at the very top of your space scene. See, I got at the very top, and then the fire goes at the very bottom, okay? Gonna look something like this, okay? And then we're gonna start gluing it. So I'm gonna take my glue. If you have this kind of glue, you have to twist the top open like this. I'm gonna twist it until it opens up all the way. And then you might have the glue stuck at the bottom, so you might just have to give it a little shake. A little shake, shake, shake. And I'm going to put just a little dot of glue. Please do not put a lot of glue. We don't need a lot because it might break the paper or it gets really wet and it gets really sticky. So we just need a little bit of glue. So you see here, I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit. Just like that, okay? And I'm gonna put it at the very top of my space scene because we always start at the top. I'm gonna push it and hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Now I know it's gonna hold really nicely. And then we're gonna go ahead and glue the rest of our letters, okay, for our name. Take my letter L, I'm gonna glue just a little bit, just a little dot, you see? Just a little dot is all it needs. And we're gonna keep going, put it on the top. I can't wait to see what your little spaceship is going to look like. And some of us are going to have a really long rocket ship because if we have a lot of letters in our name, it's gonna be super long. But if we have just a few letters in our name, it might be a little shorter and kind of cute. So whatever you have, it's not gonna look the same as everybody else's, right? Because we all have different names. It's gonna look really, really cool when we're all done. So I'm gonna keep going. Remembering to put just a little dot right on top. And then hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, so that it really sticks nicely. Okay, I'm almost done with mine, but keep working on yours. Very good. I've got one last letter for my name. And then I just have the little fire part of my rocket ship. So I'm gonna put just a little dot right here on the glue, just like this. And then we're gonna glue it right on top of the paper. Okay, and again, I'm gonna hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is what my rocket ship looks like so far. So I wonder what yours looks like with your name on it. It's probably gonna look so, so cool, right? And then here's what you're going to do now. After you're all done gluing all the pieces for your rocket ship, we're gonna actually color in the space, okay? So I've got these really cute little crayons from Learning Without Tears, and I really like these crayons because they're little flip crayons, and they have all these little colors on them on the same side, you see? See I have all these little colors? And what's really cool about these crayons is that when I want to switch colors, I can just use my fingers to turn it. Just like that, and I can use a different color. You see? Now boys and girls, go ahead and just start coloring your little space scene and really try to color inside the lines of your space scene, okay? So I'm trying to color inside my lines, and I want you guys to try to color inside your lines too. You see I'm moving my little fingers just like that. I'm gonna keep coloring my picture, and I want you to keep coloring yours, okay? If you're all done and you wanna take a picture and send it to me, I would really love to see what your rocket ship looks like, okay? So go ahead, finish your activity. I'm gonna finish mine too, and then I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye everyone.